Well, hi, my friends. And I can't even say this is a Starry vlog. You know what this is? This is a Starry, this is what it's turning into. A Starry wildlife animal sanctuary rescue. Yeah, because not only am I going to talk about Mr. Rooster today, but I got to show you something. Well, we have another rescue. Yeah. Let's see, where is this little guy? Where did he go? There he is, okay. I'm going to show you our little rescue. There you go. So a little sprig the other day found, unfortunately, the little bunny's nest and didn't kill the little baby. He brought him home. You brought him home, didn't you? And we are trying to save it. Mr. Hilder went back and looked and looked and looked and looked for the nest, couldn't find it, because the mother will come back. You know, even after 24 hours, she will come back, but we just could not find the nest. So the next thing is you want to take these little precious bunnies and you need to kind of determine the age, and then you got to start feeding them. And then you have to start them on a feeding schedule. Now, goat's milk or kitten's milk is what you should be giving them, because on heavy cream, they need the fat, they need the extra calories. And then what you want to do is you want to mix a little bit of probiotics, because they need mama's antibodies, and now they don't have mama's antibodies. Now, I talked to some people at work. A lot of people have saved little baby rabbits. This just seems like a reoccurring theme. We have a lot of bunny rabbits around here. And we've got dogs and predators, and this is what happens. So this little guy is now part of Starry Hilder. Yeah, what do you think there? First we had a deer, now we've got a little bunny. We got to train these dogs not to kill, but that's their nature too. The other thing is, if they don't have another bunny to keep them warm or to snuggle with, right there. Yeah, it's true. They like companionship because they're tiny. So I'm going to give this little guy a friend. There, now he can snuggle. I know Mr. Hilder's going to think I'm crazy, but I put in 2 surrogates. Because look, oh, and they jump. But this bunny's getting around good. And I'm really happy about that. I just we're going to be diligent about making sure that she feeds 2 times a day. And they say if they don't want to feed, you gotta force them to feed. You just got to be careful of aspiration, and be very careful when you pick them up, because they're squirrely. And this one is squirrely, and that's a good sign. So, because look, she or he or whatever it is really getting around good. But look at how cute. Look. Aww. But it's amazing. It's like creatures around here, they just know where to come. They know where to come. Oh, there you go, honey. There you go. Go over there. Snuggle up. That could be like your mom. There. Oh, there you go. Look at. Oh, you're just too cute. Oh, look. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Look at that. Oh. Hippity hoppity. Look at you, are getting around so good. I love that. I love it. I could watch this bunny all day. Look at you. Aw. That's a good sign. Now we're going to talk about Mr. Rooster, because it sounds like Mr. Rooster lost the vote. He lost the vote big time. Yeah, and he's down there right now. Let's talk about it. I know, because it's like everybody wants him in the pot. So first, number 1, The reason why I did the video and asked for suggestions is because we have had chickens before, we've had roosters before, and we haven't had one this aggressive. So I never claim to be the expert. And when it comes to homesteading, I mean, being open to other people's views and way of doing things, it's that out-of-the-box mentality way to think. And I think it really helps people who are homesteaders because it gives them other ideas. So with the rooster, yeah, I needed feedback. Now, a lot of the feedback I got was, kill the rooster. You know, Starry's not going to do that. Is this simply because I understand Mr. Rooster is doing his job, but he is becoming aggressive. Now, I have dealt with Mr. Rooster. I have done a couple things. I've gone in there and I have tried to chase him. I've tried to be more assertive. I have used a blanket, thrown it over him. The bottom line is he keeps coming and he keeps coming. Now, what do? Well, I loved it that people gave me a lot of good feedback and alternative ways to deal with Mr. Rooster besides just putting him in the pot. Now, I know roosters are a dime a dozen. And a lot of people were concerned that Mrs. Meatbird was really getting beat up. Mrs. Meatbird is fine. Mrs. Meatbird has a back that needs a saddle. And I know she's limping a little bit. But it's not like she's being tortured and she's in pain. Okay, well, let's go find Mrs. Meatbird, right? Like because so many people were so concerned. And I love that you're concerned. But I think people mistook what I was trying to say, that she was just really being bullied and she's in pain. And she's not. Look, see? And I want you to watch her move. You see, look at this. Mrs. Meatbird gets around. She's got a bum foot. But you know what? When you go on other people's homesteads and you see chickens get bum foots. She's got a bum foot. And I attribute it to Mr. Rooster's weight on her body because he likes her. But you know what? He kind of likes all the other hens. And it could happen to any of my other gals. Any of them. In fact, a lot of my hens ended up with bare backs and needed saddles. And it wasn't just Mrs. Meatbird. But Mrs. Meatbird is Mr. Rooster's favorite, so. But I wanted to show you firsthand that Mrs. Meatbird is number one. She's not in any pain. I wouldn't allow that for any of my chickens. And even mean Mr. Rooster, if he was in pain, no. It just, I love animals, even the mean ones. So I do pay attention to my flock. I take good care of my flock. And Mrs. Meatbird, although you look at her back and she needs a saddle, and there's been a couple people who graciously have offered to make a saddle, she is really doing well, even with her little bit of her bum foot. She gets around. As you can see, she's way down here just resting. The other chicken's up there. Mr. Rooster's way up there protecting the rest of the flock. He's doing a good job. The suggestions were awesome. And what I'm going to end up doing is implementing many of them. I'm going to get myself an umbrella. I have a little fence area, round circular fence that I could just put over him when I come into the hen house. I may even end up fencing him off from the gals. He's not like torturing the rest of the chickens. I mean, he's doing what he should be doing. He's a rooster. He's going to copulate with them. And I don't want to, and I know that I don't need him to fertilize the eggs, but I like him to be close to the hens because he does protect them. And even though I have a really great area, as you can see, for the protection of the hens, it is a little open up there. And yeah, we had the hawk the one time, and Mr. Rooster fought almost to the death to protect his hens. I mean, I tell you what, when that hawk came, that rooster was on it. And that's the benefit of having the rooster. So I can work around it. I just don't want to put him in the pot. And I don't think I want to see any animal unnecessarily go in the pot. If I can, work it so that I'm not stressed, the hens aren't stressed, and we keep them alive. So I know the vote was that he lost. But you know what? Starry's doing the override veto right now. I'm overriding. And I'm going to implement some of those alternative methods of dealing with Mr. Rooster, and he's going to see another day on the homestead. So we got roosters, So we got roosters, we've got meat bird, we got the little baby rabbit now. What I tell you, this is a wildlife sanctuary. Don't want the deer, but he ate all the pumpkin plants, so Mr. Hilder's not happy about that. This is part of living on a homestead. I tell you what, when you decide to plunge, take the plunge, and go off the grid, or just get yourself a piece of property and you're living in the woods, off in the mountains, or whatever woods that may be, you're gonna be dealing with animals. There's just no two ways about it. And there has to be a fine line between balancing compassion and obviously balancing common sense. And I know people have pointed out, like, we are the top chain, we're the alpha on this homestead. And I get that. I get that. Yep, I'm alpha Starry. Maybe little alpha. But, you know, you have to find what works for you too on your homestead. And if I had a big barn, I'd be doing rescue animals. I would, because that's just me. We don't have enough room for rescue animals, but they seem to find us, don't they? All right, that's the update from Starry's homestead. God bless. And until next time, you know, there's always something going on. I'll keep you posted on the baby rabbit. All right, love you guys.